This morning, the clock is ticking to avoid a government shutdown. Whether Congress is making any progress and what's at stake.
Plus, new information about a shooting in Madison with no arrests. What officers found in one of the cars the shooters ditched.
And we are looking at some more wet weather out there this morning. It looks like this wet weather will be tapering off later today. We'll have that first one forecast come out.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. Kelly Slifka talking about yet another rainy day on deck before we finally start to see some sun, Kelly.
Yeah, it looks like we've got one more day that we're going to have to deal with this wet weather. And even though the showers are going to be a lot more scattered today, we're not expecting real widespread rain. It's fairly damp out there, so you can't rule out some sprinkles just about at any time going throughout the morning hours into the afternoon. But as you plan your day, we're counting on some showers. It's not going to rain this entire period. As we get toward the sunset, it looks like a lot of the shower chances will be diminishing. We are expecting some drier weather. Temperatures in the 60s today, but we are looking at some improvement going forward. I want to show you this beautiful picture with the rain. I guess we are getting a benefit of seeing the rainbow. And Laura sent in this from the Wisconsin Dells. We'll talk more about those rain chances today and how much more rain we can expect coming up.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thank you very much. Continuing coverage now, there are dueling strategies in the Republican House and Democrat-controlled Senate as lawmakers try to avoid a potential federal government shutdown.
Yeah, the deadline to get this all done is October 1st, coming up here in just a few days. This morning, CBS's Jared Hill has the latest on where things stand.
Short-lived celebration among some House Republicans yesterday, voting to move 4 spending bills one step further in the race to avoid a shutdown.
Whether they pass or not, I don't know. Whether we end up shutting down, time will tell.
But time is running out, with government funding set to dry up by the end of the week. The 4 House GOP bills, which fund the Departments of Defense, Homeland Security, State, and Agriculture, contain deep spending cuts Republicans have been pushing for, but aren't expected to get past the Democrat-controlled Senate.
I want to keep the government open. I want to do the job.
Also yesterday, the Senate overwhelmingly voted to bring up its own bipartisan short-term spending bill, known as a continuing resolution.
This shows we can work together, even with our differences, for the betterment of the country.
That measure would keep government funded through mid-November and includes billions of dollars toward disaster relief and Ukraine aid, a non-starter for hard-right House conservatives.
We cannot have continuing resolutions passing off of a Republican House floor with Democrat votes to advance the Biden policies.
Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz and others have threatened to oust Speaker McCarthy from leadership if he reaches across the aisle to avoid a shutdown. Meanwhile, thousands of government workers face furloughs, while others would be forced to work without pay if Congress doesn't act. Jared Hill, CBS News.
When asked last night if he was concerned about threats to his speakership, Mr. McCarthy said no. In a statement, the White House praised the Senate's bipartisan continuing resolution and called on House Republicans to stop playing political games with people's lives. Meanwhile, House Republicans are planning to move ahead with their impeachment inquiry into President Biden. If there is a shutdown, they want impeachment committees to be considered essential. However, a lapse in federal funding could create some logistical challenges. That's because some of the information the committees are looking for will be government agencies providing that, and a lot of those employees will be furloughed.
President Biden is back at the White House this morning after a historic visit to support striking auto workers in Michigan. Take a listen to his comments.
UAW, you saved the automobile industry back in 2008 and before. Made a lot of sacrifices, gave up a lot, and the companies were in trouble. But now they're doing incredibly well. And guess what? You should be doing incredibly well, too.
Biden is the first president to visit a picket line in U.S. history. Later today, former President Trump will also be talking to auto workers in Michigan. He's skipping the Republican debate to do it. The union, meanwhile, hasn't endorsed anyone in the presidential race yet. They're on day 13 in their strike against all 3 major automakers. Meanwhile, more legal developments against former President Trump. A New York judge ruling he committed extensive fraud for more than a decade. His sons, Don Jr. and Eric, and the entire Trump organization are implicated. The ruling says Trump inflated the value of his assets by billions of dollars and lied about his net worth on financial documents to banks and insurance companies. An attorney for the former president said the decision is fundamentally flawed.
We're following some breaking news this morning. North Korea says it will expel the Wisconsin native U.S. soldier who crossed through the heavily armed inter-Korean border in July. Private Travis King from Racine illegally entered the country after serving in South Korea. He sprinted into North Korea while on a civilian tour of a border village on July 18th, becoming the first American confirmed to be detained in the North in nearly 5 years. His questioning with North Korean officials said that he felt there was inhuman treatment and racial discrimination within the U.S. Army. It is not clear, though, when or where North Korea will expel the soldier. News closer to home. Pro-life advocates are asking the district attorneys in Dane and Milwaukee counties to end abortion services in the state. Planned Parenthood started services back up last Monday after a Dane County judge ruled Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban does not actually apply to consensual abortions, but instead feticide. However, pro-life groups argue that the DAs are being selective in not bringing charges to those performing abortions. A representative from Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin says they're following all applicable laws and there is nothing to enforce.
State lawmakers are working on tackling poverty and inequity across Wisconsin. Democrats reintroduced the Wisconsin Opportunity Act yesterday. The bill addresses workforce development, transportation priorities, and housing issues. It would direct funding to programs that alleviate the effects of poverty.
A minimum wage worker has to work 91 hours a week in order to afford a modest one-bedroom apartment. We know that we have to take a bigger, comprehensive approach to poverty.
And there are items in this bill that everyone should be able to agree on. Now, we all have different takes on poverty, and politics often get in the way, but I do believe that we do want to get to the same place.
The bill also comes with funding to help connect residents out of work with resources to re-enter the workforce.
Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin is asking fellow Senator Bob Menendez to resign following his indictment on bribery charges. Menendez, who is New Jersey's senior U.S. senator, is accused of taking bribes to protect an Egyptian business monopoly. Baldwin called the allegations against him deeply troubling and said in part, while Senator Menendez enjoys the presumption of innocence until proven guilty and will have his day in court to defend himself, I believe it's best for his constituents, the American people, and our national security for the senator to step down.
New information now. A Chicago man will spend the next 10 years in federal prison for trafficking drugs between Illinois and Madison. 56-year-old Reginald Jemison is the 5th person sentenced in this case. In December of 2020, a mail inspector found a package with nearly 600 grams of fentanyl inside. It was turned over to investigators who later learned the recipients of that package had been paid by Jemison to sell the drugs in Chicago. He pleaded guilty in June to charges of possessing fentanyl with intent to distribute.
Well, the Green Bay woman accused of murdering and dismembering a man will spend the rest of her life in prison. Taylor Shabisnes received that sentence in the homicide case yesterday. She was wearing a face covering, as you see here on your screen, because she was spitting on people in jail. The judge in the case said Shabisnes' behavior was so far removed from humanity, the sentencing was to protect the public.
An update now on a shooting from Monday. Madison police say they have recovered 4 guns from the vehicle involved in the case. Multiple people reported seeing shots fired between 2 vehicles on Rethke Avenue. An officer who got to the scene early started to follow one of the suspect vehicles. That vehicle crashed into a truck while trying to get away. 3 people ran off. Inside the car, police found 4 guns just sitting there in plain sight. Authorities used a drone and a canine, but they never found anybody. There are still no arrests in this case.
6:08 now. Amazon in some legal hot water this morning. The federal government and 17 states, including Wisconsin, are all suing Amazon in a landmark monopoly case. That complaint alleges Amazon unfairly promotes its own platform and services at the expense of third-party sellers who rely on its e-commerce marketplace for distribution. Amazon's general counsel said the company's practices have helped spur competition, innovation, and selection across the retail industry, resulting in lower prices and faster delivery.
Happening tonight, you have a chance to win an $835 million Powerball jackpot. The next drawing tonight at 9:59. The lottery ticket will cost you $2 in case you're feeling lucky. According to Powerball, however, the odds of winning the jackpot, 1 in 292.2 million. They're quick to remind you, though, you can't win if you don't play.
Hey folks, we need your help. We're about halfway through our Coats for Kids campaign with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County. We're looking for those new or gently used kid-size winter coats, hats, mittens, gloves, scarves, snowsuits, anything. You want to drop it off at any Clinky Cleaners location in town. You've got, what, a couple of weeks, not even, left to do this until October 7th. We've gotten about 1,500 donations so far. That is well short of our goal of 5,000, so we really need you to step up. If you don't have anything to donate, you can always go to our Amazon wish list at channel3000.com to donate. We want to thank everybody who has donated so far with those 1,487 items.
All right, at 6:10, coming up with the writer's strike now over, how soon late night talk shows could be back on the air.
And in sports, the Brewers are celebrating. Why, they're pumping the bubbly.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Get ready for a culinary blast from the past. Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2023 Taste Throwback Edition. Enjoy rockin' flavors at this totally rad throwback retro extravaganza. Dress to impress in 70s to the 2010 style. Help us honor the Best of Madison Readers Poll winners and celebrate with libations and culinary samples. October 16th, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Edgewater. Get your tickets now at madisonmagazine.com.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So let's gear up for it with an SUV like the Ford Bronco Sport. It has a terrain management system with 5 standard GOAT modes, so you can go over any type of terrain. Plus, 4x4 capability is standard across the entire lineup. Be adventure ready with Ford Bronco Sport. Choose FlexBuy on Bronco Sport and get 3.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $500 FlexBuy cash, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
When your dining set is an on-trend mid-century beauty that comes in 3 stylish colors with Bobapedic chairs and only costs $5.99 for the 6-piece set, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
At 4imprint, finding the promotional products you need to create a memorable moment is an easy mission. Our expert team will take care of every detail to make your success a certainty. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
You need to lend a helping hand when you wake up. Just know that we're always there.
Dean Health Plan by Medica. Right here with you.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're back here at 6:13. Tonight, Madison Metro Transit wants to hear from you about changes to the bus routes. This comes about 3 months after that big redesign that changed routes and stops across the city. Hundreds of complaints were sent in after those changes. So tonight, folks from Metro and the city want to hear from you about possible adjustments. The meeting is virtual. It starts at 6. Register for the meeting and submit your feedback on Metro's website.
A major win for Hollywood writers overnight. The Writers Guild of America approving its contract agreement with the organization that represents major studios. It ends at least part of Hollywood's summer of strikes. CBS News' Jared Hill is in New York with the details on the deal.
Union!
After nearly 5 months, Hollywood writers can once again pick up the pen. The strike declared over Tuesday night after board members for the Writers Guild of America approved a contract agreement with the studios.
We got so much of what we wanted, like it's overwhelming.
The 3-year deal includes better upfront pay and an agreement on residual compensation based on the popularity of a streaming show. On artificial intelligence, AI can't write or rewrite scripts, nor can it create source material, their language for novels or video games that writers adapt into scripts. Another win for the Guild, required staff minimums.
The idea that there would be some protection to make sure that writing staffs continue to be robust, that there's some sort of guidelines to protect some of these jobs. That's a big win for the Writers Guild.
Late-night talk shows, the first to go dark, could be the first to return. Meanwhile, actors who've swapped the screen for the sidewalk continue to search for their own Hollywood ending.
Knowing that at least one of us has gotten a good deal gives a lot of hope that we will also get a good deal as well.
The writers still have to vote to ratify the contract early next month, but they can work during that process. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
The WGA agreement will last through May of 2026. Meanwhile, overnight, SAG-AFTRA, which represents striking actors, told its members there are no confirmed dates scheduled to even meet with the studios.
6:16 now. Kelly Slifka is out on the patio. Oh, looks like we got a break in the rain this morning.
Yeah, we had some rain earlier this morning, so everything's really wet. So probably know some puddles on your way to work or school this morning, but right now we do have a little bit of a break, and a lot of rain we had this week, but we are looking at some sun to finally return. We actually have a beautiful sunset. This was earlier this week as a shower was on the horizon as the sun was setting. Thanks, Peggy, for sending that photo in from Blue Mounds earlier this week. Take a look at the rainfall reports. The airport here in Madison picking up nearly 2 inches. Same with Lone Rock. The Arboretum getting close to 2 inches as well. Beaver Dam just about 1 3/4 inches. Same goes for Reedsburg. About 1.5 inches in Baraboo. And that's pretty common across the Madison area. About 1.5 inches to some locations picking up over 2 inches of rain as well. Right now the focus is a little further to the east. Now as this system is tracking to our south and east, that's where the main focus will be today. As opposed to yesterday, it was mainly in southwestern Wisconsin. Today it's going to be mainly from Madison areas to the east, but can't rule out a spotty sprinkle or shower throughout the day. Right now most of it is over there in Jefferson and Dodge County. May see a sprinkle this morning right now in Madison, but right now it's looking fairly dry, but we can't rule out some scattered showers popping up early this afternoon into the mid-afternoon hours. And then I think as we get toward the dinner hour, the chances of rain really go down, and then we are in store for some dry weather. As mentioned, the focus is going to be mainly to the east now, it looks like. We're seeing these bands of rain move in from the southeast, moving to the northwest. Madison areas to the east could be talking about 1/10 to 1/4 inch additional rain, a little bit heavier amounts as you get toward Milwaukee. But this is the last day of the rain, and some of these showers may linger into the early evening, but right now it looks like it's mainly going to be this afternoon. Sunshine returns tomorrow. It looks like that'll continue through the weekend, and we're talking about 80s as we close out the month of September and go into October. 63 in Madison, 61 in Mineral Point right now, 63 in Stoughton, and Rockdale currently at 63. So some scattered showers. These will be very hit or miss. Plenty of dry periods going into this afternoon, and especially as we get in the late afternoon hours into the evening, I think things will start to wind down as that chance of rain really diminishes. Then we're back to sunshine tomorrow, 71, 74 Friday. We're talking about 80 for the weekend. Another beautiful weekend. Low 80s will continue into the first few days of October.
The Brewers have already clinched a spot in the playoffs, but there's still work to be done in Champaign to pop. Milwaukee's magic number to win the NL Central title is 1, and it can happen in one of 2 ways. Beat the Cardinals or have the Cubs lose to the Braves. No score in the first. Carlos Santana paints the right field line, and the Crew takes a 1-0 lead. Now, the Cardinals would score 4 straight and go on to win, but the Cubs blew a 6-run lead and lost to the Braves. So for the 5th time in franchise history, the Brewers are division champs. The reigning national champs' journey for Natty number 8 officially begins on Thursday when Wisconsin travels to Lindenwood, and the Badgers have a loaded roster yet again. Mark Johnson's squad returns 16 letter winners from last season's team, and they have their sights set on another trip to the Frozen Four. And in years past, well, they know they're going to get everybody's best shot and that's something that fuels this team.
Obviously, we have a pretty large target on our backs. I mean, we're used to that, and I think under pressure we do better, so it's not something we're not used to, and it actually fuels us more, I feel like, as a team. We have a lot of grit, a lot of determination.
Just to expect everyone's best game when you see them, that's kind of the important part of it, but also just to not melt under the pressure, but just to embrace it and get better because of it.
The Mike Hastings era of Badger men's hockey begins in just 10 days when Wisconsin welcomes in Augustana to the Kohl Center. But right now, the guys aren't even thinking about their season opener. Under Hastings, it's a daily approach. Win the day, do all the dailies right, and then move on to the next practice. And if they can do that and stack good days on good days, the games will become easy.
We're pushing each other so hard in practice. You know, we're showing up early to the rink. We're getting things done on time. We're pushing each other. We're holding each other accountable. Those are kind of those dailies that we're preaching as a team. And if we can get those in order and that accountability aspect, especially, we're going to be able to come out in a hot start.
This season's going to lay out the way it does. We're going to try and control what we get to control and build our dailies into our weeks. And hopefully at the end of that, we're playing our best hockey.
And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
You too, Zach. Hey, still ahead, Google is celebrating a big milestone this morning. We'll take a look back at one of the most successful companies in U.S. history.
And as we head to break, a look at gas prices across the area. Stay with us. We're back after this.
Donate kids' winter coats at Clinky Cleaners during Coats for Kids.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale on now with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including all new power lift chairs and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is wholly words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Just look at them. State-of-the-art Honda hybrids, making ecological art out of any conditions they encounter. Rugged, dependable, stylish performance with fuel efficiency and low emissions that'll make a tree hugger blush. What's this phenomenon you're witnessing? It's the future, today. Electrified driving built for Wisconsin. Get your Honda hybrid now at your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer. Honda gets Wisconsin.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale on now with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home with Serta Queen mattresses from $2.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
Welcome back. We've got another favorite from Kevin, a stunner. We think this is the Mississippi River Kelly made the point that it was probably during the summer when we saw those hazy
From all that
skies.
smoke, yeah.
Just gorgeous, though.
Wonderful photo. Kevin never disappoints. Kevin sends them to us or uses the hashtag MyNews3Morning. You can do the same and get your picture on the air.
Okay, it is 6:24. Time for the trending story of the day.
Hey, so it's a big day for Google. Google is a quarter of a century old today.
It seems longer for me. I don't know why.
You think so?
It does.
Right? Like it's one of those things. Like it's always been around. Like it seems like it's always been around. But before, 25 years ago, before Google was launched, we had, the Yahoos, the AskGs. Bing was still around. Those were some of the early ones. But Google came along and kind of revolutionized so much. Think what you want about Google. Some people don't like Google for certain reasons and choose to use other platforms, and that's fine. No judgment here, but I think there's no argument in the impact that Google has had on all of our everyday lives.
25 years old. It's about to have a quarter-life crisis.
I don't know.
Break down on us today?
They're always in the forefront because of the AI technology that they're developing with the Alphabet. I don't know if you've heard of it, but that is going to be something that's going to be huge going forward.
Well, Bing is trying to, beat them because Microsoft has its hands on the best AI right now. So
it's a race, I guess.
War of the Worlds out there. Yeah.
Hey, so 25 years of Googling. Maybe you can Google something today to celebrate. Most of us will, anyway.
We got a couple seconds left. Kelly, why don't you give us a quick weather?
Yeah, we do have some showers. Most of this is to the east of Madison. Some of this might move into the Madison area here fairly quickly, but most of it over there toward Fort Atkinson and Jefferson this morning.
We'll keep tracking it. Right after this, don't go anywhere.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together, we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Always know who's at your door with a smart video doorbell from Fight Electric. See live video on your phone or smart device from anywhere. Right now, only $49.99 after rebate. October is Fire Prevention Month, and Kidde Home Safety products help keep your family safe for when it matters most. Pick up a 10-year sealed battery smoke alarm for only $17.97 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
It's Ford Truck Month. Time to defeat any task in a Ford F-150 with all the capability, productivity, and technology of Ford F-Series. America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. So get to Ford Truck Month and get into a built Ford tough truck.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
Now get an F-150 for 3.9% APR for 60 months plus 1,000 retail trade assist and 500 low APR cash.
Who's always behind the scenes helping make safe, regulated childcare possible in Wisconsin? DCF. We're your trusted source in support of quality childcare. Learn more at qualitychildcare.wi.gov.
Announcing the winners of Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Congratulations to Roth Cheese for winning bronze for Best Cheese Producer. Roth Cheese, always good. See all the winners on MadisonMagazine.com.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, this morning, the Writers Guild of America strike is over. What this means for your favorite shows and what's still on pause.
There's nowhere to take a break or just a quiet space in general.
Plus, teachers pleading for smaller class sizes and a call for patience with continued bus problems.
And we're tracking some rain out there this morning. Yeah, it is a gloomy start.
Yeah, another great start to the morning, and we did have some rain overnight here in Madison. The roads are wet. Most of this is off to the east, but still expecting some showers today. This is the last day, though. Improvement on the way. First warn forecast coming up.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly, it feels like it's been a couple of days since we've seen the sun. Just a lot of gloom and rain. We needed some rain, but I'm hoping for some sunshine. When do you think we're going to get it?
It looks like by tomorrow. And the good news is going to be a good dose of sun. So starting tomorrow, going through the rest of the week into the weekend, and we'll have more on that. So we just have to get through today. It's another gray start to the day. The roads are damp. You can feel the moisture in the air. So it's really not going to dry out much. But at least for what's falling from the sky in Madison, there might be a sprinkle or two. Can't rule out a little bit of drizzle, but our high-resolution radar not really picking up much. Most of this is off to the east. Watertown, Fort Atkinson, Janesville area, seen some of these showers. But as you notice, it's dissipating as it's tracking to the west. But some of this may be reaching us as we go through the morning hours into the afternoon. Otherwise, we're looking at a lot of gray skies today. Temperatures only in the 60s. Few showers here and there. The focus is mainly going to be to the east, as the radar has indicated. I think that's where the heavier amounts are expected. But this will be the last day of the rain. We are going to get back into some sunshine tomorrow, and then it's going to continue right in the weekend. And with that sunshine, we could be talking about temperatures getting close to 80, and we are rounding out the month of September going into October. Just have to get through the rain that we have today. It's not going to rain the entire morning or into the afternoon, but just some spotty showers here and there. Just keep that umbrella handy. We'll talk more about that sunshine and also some beautiful weather for the weekend coming up.
Okay, talk to you then. Thank you, Kelly. Hey, we wanted to show you a live shot of Venice Beach, California in Los Angeles. Not too far away from here, writers are going to be headed back to work this morning. After 148 days of holding out, the Writers Guild of America voted to end the Hollywood writers' strike. It ended just after midnight, meaning 11,000 writers will once again be eligible to return to work. Talk shows and late-night shows are going to be back to business soon, but if a show requires acting, that is still on hold because of the SAG-AFTRA strike that's still ongoing.
New information coming in from Madison's first school board meeting of the academic year. Most of the people in attendance last night were from the teachers union with concerns about staffing ratios. Dozens of educators showed up at the meeting. They say they're dealing with class sizes as high as 31 students, mainly in kindergarten and elementary grades. A student at the meeting also echoed the impact of those larger class sizes.
We don't have room to move around, and we never have all the materials we need. There is nowhere to take a break or just a quiet space in general.
The union is calling for class sizes of 18 to 28, depending on the grade level. They're also asking for one counselor to 250 students, one psychologist per 500, and one nurse per 500. Another topic on parents' minds last night, the ongoing bus issues, delays, and missed stops.
There are indeed incompetent people or vendors around us. We should train them to work with us or let them go. We cannot hand a new superintendent a chaotic solution and expect miracles.
On this issue, the district and bus provider, First Student, are pushing for patience. Both groups say a national bus driver shortage has contributed to delayed bus pickups, as well as a change to the start of school times. First Student, by the way, is still hiring for bus drivers for this school year.
Developing this morning, police in Stoughton say a group of kids is responsible for thousands of dollars in damage to vehicles and buildings. The majority of that damage was found along Ridge Street near the hospital over the weekend. Stoughton police say they know the kids responsible, but haven't said if they arrested them. The case is under investigation and is expected to be referred to juvenile court for potential charges.
An update now. A 27-year-old man and a child are dead after a crash in Lafayette County. It happened along Highway 11 yesterday outside Gratiot when a pickup crossed the center line and hit a semi. The driver and the child in the truck were killed. A 27-year-old passenger in the front seat did survive. The driver of the semi-truck wasn't hurt.
Well, as Congress tries to avoid a federal government shutdown, former House Speaker Paul Ryan is weighing in. Ryan spoke at UW-Madison yesterday. He retired from politics 4 years ago, but knows very well the pressure of negotiating between the House, Senate, and the White House around budget time. The looming shutdown could happen even after the current Speaker of the House and President Biden came to a deal back in May to avoid a shutdown. Ryan told us it's a bad look for Republicans.
There's a handful of members who are pushing us toward a government shutdown, and it's a waste of effort and time. It doesn't bode well for the party that does it, but a lot of these members have not yet learned that lesson.
Ryan is convinced we are headed toward a shutdown, but is confident that Congress will reach an agreement at some point. Congress has until Saturday at midnight to pass a spending plan.
Happening tonight, 7 Republican candidates will meet for their second debate in California. It's taking place at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. Frontrunner Donald Trump will skip the debate. He's instead giving a speech to workers in Detroit. 7 candidates did make the cut: Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Tim Scott, Vivek Ramaswamy, Mike Pence, Chris Christie, and Doug Burgum. Asa Hutchinson just missed the polling requirement. You can watch the debate on Fox Business Network. It starts at 10 this evening. If that's too late for you, you can tune into News 3 Now this morning, bright and early on Thursday. We'll bring you highlights here on air and over on our news app.
UW Parkside in Kenosha has named a new chancellor. She comes from Minnesota. Lynn Ackey, a Minnesota State University Mankato official, will serve as the school's 7th chancellor. Ackey will replace Debbie Ford, who left earlier this year to serve as the Indiana University Southeast chancellor. Ackey is set to start January 2nd with a salary of $265,000. She has worked on the Mankato campus since 2000. She holds a PhD in educational policy and administration.
6:36 now. 2 young women in Wisconsin are making history after earning a title nobody else in their area has.
To earn the rank of Eagle Scout requires a lot of time and commitment, and now they're leading the troop.
Isaac Dennison has their inspiring story.
Troops and staff, attention.
This Court of Honor ceremony in Wisconsin Rapids was 4 years in the making.
We knew that it was coming, and so actually after our boys eagled out, we stayed involved.
Roger Dillon and Marjorie Miller are Scoutmaster and Assistant Scoutmaster for Troop 9118, a troop created when the Boy Scouts started accepting girls in 2019. Their daughters, Natalie and Maribel, have gone from founding members to Eagle Scouts, the first in Wisconsin Rapids.
Has that sunk in for you guys yet?
No, not really. It's just like, hey, I'm an Eagle Scout now. That's pretty cool.
But becoming one was inspired by family for both of them. And over time, the Scout Law didn't just become words.
Courteous, kind, obedient.
They became pillars for conducting themselves every day.
It's just been something that my family has always valued as well. They're like, Natalie, you better be telling the truth. Yes, Mom, I am telling the truth.
Their goal is to become Eagles, but not just get the title, but to live the life of an Eagle.
The EMT, you have to be like, you have to be loyal, honest, and stuff like that to basically, do your job.
So with the rest of the troop looking on, they earned special plaques from State Representative Scott Krug. As a symbol of anyone that puts in the work will be rewarded.
Isaac Dennison reporting there. In 2021, the Boy Scouts of America held an inauguration ceremony for the nearly 1,000 young women who reached the elite rank during the organization's 111th anniversary.
Congratulations.
All right, 6:38. We are just about halfway through our Coats for Kids campaign here at News 3 Now. We want you to donate kid-size coats and other winter gear here at our studio or any Clinky Cleaners location. So far, we've collected 1,487 coats to help kids around Dane County. You can also donate online via our Amazon wish list over on channel3000.com.
Coming up after the break, if you think your kid might be on their phone all the time, there's a new report to suggest it's not entirely their fault.
And we are waking up to some wet roads again this morning. This is the last of the rain for the week. We are headed for some beautiful weather later this week. First warm forecast just ahead.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are fresh ground beef, just $2.98 for a 1-pound roll. Honeycrisp apples, just $1.88 a pound. And Hy-Vee tomato or chicken noodle soup, just 48 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
Need help turning your house into the home you love? We're celebrating you with a customer appreciation sale through September 30th. So you can find the perfect hardwood carpet and tile at a price you'll love. H&R Carpets and Flooring, Wanakee.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen and action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
New and current customers can get the titanium iPhone 15 Pro on us. US Cellular, built for us.
First, it was just like these distant roars in the dark, you know? But then they started getting closer and closer, and that's when I saw it. This was no bear. It was like a bear squatch.
What?
Dad, what's a bear squatch?
It's a cross between a bear and a sass. It's made up.
The legendary Lexus GX with Apple CarPlay support.
He's usually sleeping.
He'll never sleep again.
Get $750 lease cash toward a 2023 GX 460.
When it's time to remodel your home, lean on the experts at Brothers Maine for all things appliances. As Madison and Janesville's local appliance authority since 1938, our experienced staff will make your project easy from concept to completion. Better than big box, Brothers Maine has a larger selection, lower prices, and professional advice to bring your vision to life. On time and on budget. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
When your mattress has 8 layers of sleep-perfected comfort, world-famous Papa-Pedic memory foam has an 18-year warranty and only costs $67 a month for 12 months with special financing. There's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
This Thursday, one day only, earn a 50-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 50-cent fuel saver for every $50. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
He was last seen fleeing from a traffic stop in Rock County. Months later, his body was discovered in an abandoned home miles away.
It was very shocking to us.
What happened to Christopher Miller? His family feels they've been left in the dark.
We have that right to know.
News 3 Now probes for answers in an exclusive discussion with the Rock County Sheriff's Office.
You have a family here that feels like they weren't heard, that feels like they were dismissed. What do you say to that?
News 3 Now investigates, Thursday at 10. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back on the Health Watch this morning. It's not entirely your kids' fault that they have trouble putting their phones down. A new report found teenagers get more than 200 notifications every day. That report says about a quarter of those alerts, they come in during school hours. Findings come from Common Sense Media, a nonprofit that helps families navigate media. The study uses data from about 200 participants ages 11 to 17.
Well, with fall underway, a lot of you have noticed that your allergies are acting up. Health experts say allergens in the air can also trigger asthma symptoms. So using nasal sprays or over-the-counter medications can help, but if symptoms can't be controlled, if they get too bad, you may have to see a specialist. They can go to work on other treatment options to help desensitize you to the allergens or find what's causing the problem.
People that lose their sense of smell. This can happen from somebody who has severe environmental allergy, but that could be a sign that something else is going on.
The doctor goes on to say anyone having asthma attacks leading to emergency room or hospital visits or requiring use of a lot of rescue treatments, such as inhalers, should go see their specialist right away.
6:43, Kelly Slifka is out on the weather patio with your first warn forecast. A little reprieve in the rain this morning, Kelly.
Yeah, a couple of hours ago, we really had a pretty good downpour here at the in the backyard here at WISC on the southwest side of Madison. But right now it's quiet. Feel a little bit of the humidity out here, so everything is very damp and can't rule out a spotty shower or some sprinkles anytime this morning. But the storm system, you see that span basically just south of Rockford into Illinois. That system was over western Minnesota last Thursday. That's how far it's moved, and that's why we've been dealing with this rain ongoing for the last few days. But it's on its way out. It's going to finally get kicked out of here, and we are expecting that rain chance to start to diminish as we go through later today. This is what we've seen at the airport so far, 1.96, so almost 2 inches of rain here in Madison. I tell you what, we've had some Doppler radar estimates that are very impressive, especially southwest of Madison, west of Fitchburg. You see that 6.5 inches near Perry there in southwestern parts of the county. So that bullseye, that red there, that's where the heaviest amounts of rain have fallen. But all of us, southern Wisconsin, have seen some beneficial rains, generally between 1 and 3 inches of rain. But we have had some of those pockets, anywhere you see that red or that orange, that's where you're talking about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of rain over the last few days. And still a little bit of rain in our forecast, but right now most of it's starting to shift to the east. It looks like that's going to be the focus over there in Jefferson and Dodge counties. But some of this may skirt into the Madison area. It's going to come in a weakened state as it's starting to run into a little bit more stability. But a few showers you can see even on our high resolution radar. Some of these have been popping up here over the last 15 minutes or so on the west side of Madison toward Middleton. We got a lot of moisture in the air, so we do have that chance of some showers, plenty of dry periods, even into the afternoon. But as we get toward the dinner hour, sunset, it looks like the chance of rain starts to diminish after that. Heaviest rains, it looks like, are going to be to the east, generally between 1/4 of an inch of rain. Some locations as you get toward Waukesha, Milwaukee, it could be closer to 1/2 of an inch of rain. All right, this is the last day of rain. There's just some scattered showers into the evening hours, and we'll have to wait till tomorrow to get into some sunshine. Then we are looking at some beautiful weather for the end of the week, going into the weekend. And this weekend, we could be in the low 80s going into early next week. 64 right now in Janesville, 62 in Monroe, 64 in Lone Rock. 61 in Sauk City and also Sun Prairie. Stoughton right now at 63. So even though we got the rain and the clouds around, it's fairly mild, but some scattered showers continuing on and off. Just keep that umbrella handy. These will pop up fairly quickly, then dissipate. By the noon hour, or by the dinner hour, most of this rain should be on the way out. First warm forecast, this is the last gray, rainy day. After that, just hang on. We've got some sunshine returning tomorrow into Friday. Beautiful weather Saturday and Sunday. Looks like that nice weather, that warm weather, first few days of October.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thank you for that update. We appreciate you. 6:46, the search is on in Port Washington to find a missing and rare 23-year-old tortoise. The owner's doing everything in her power to find her pet. Daniela Prezant-Cato has the story.
My best friend and I, we'd catch plenty of turtles out in the pedal boats, bring them home.
Brittany Hudson was 20 years old when she bought Augusta, also known as Gus, from a man in Arizona.
She was only this big, smaller than a dollar bill.
That was 23 years ago.
In college, I would take her to study with me at the park, put her on a leash like a dog. My kids and I take her in a wagon.
But that hasn't been the case since Friday afternoon, when Hudson realized the 25-pound red-footed tortoise escaped from her backyard near East Monroe Street.
She has like a half of a dog cage that she crawls in and hides. Had kind of made her way around that and pushed open the fence somehow and got out.
Hudson has posted flyers all over the area for neighbors to help search for Gus. There are a couple of trails here just about a block from her home, and even though it's been 4 days now, she's hoping Gus hasn't made it past this point.
So then this was open kind of like this, and who knows where she went.
Gus has a black shell with yellow spots, and her head and front legs are a bit yellow with red spots.
We actually alerted the Port Washington Police Department, the Ozaki Humane Society.
She's also taken to social media to alert the community, warning that this species cannot swim. They are only adapted to land, and Gus is notorious for hiding in dark places.
In my heart, I feel like she's just in the bushes in someone's yard or in a garage.
Hudson is praying Gus finds her way back home very soon.
I've been devastated, crying, trying to go on, with life.
Now, Brittany says a reward will be given after Gus is safely returned home. We're thinking of them this morning.
Hopefully they find her safe. All right, coming up in the morning sprint, conclusion to the nationally known trial of Taylor Ship Business, her sentencing from the judge.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know. We'd love to celebrate them here on News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for watching. We're back after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Dear sharp curves, Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota. Let's go places.
This Friday through Monday only, everyone gets up to 65% off list. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale, and it's a huge deal. Get our best discounts of the whole year. September 29th through October 2nd, shop our wide range of furniture and mattresses, up to 65% off. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the Customer Appreciation Sale, only at Slumberland Furniture. Our best discounts of the whole year, up to 65% off. Do not miss this one.
A serious accident puts almost everything on hold. While your life comes to a stop, the bills don't, and the pain certainly doesn't. Call Gruber Law Offices. Dealing with an accident is something no one should go through alone. Let our family help. We'll deal with the insurance company. We'll take care of you the same way we have for thousands of other families just like yours. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Progress means producing renewable fuels for trucks on the road today. We're partnering with farmers to develop these fuels using everything from plant byproducts to cow manure. And then using those fuels to help lower the life cycle carbon intensity of the transportation industry. Driving the world forward today while forging new roads to the future. That's energy in progress.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Dear Sharp Curves, Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota. Let's go places.
Gear up for fall today at Sloan's.
6:52 time for the morning sprint.
Breaking news this morning. North Korea says it will expel the Wisconsin native U.S. soldier who crossed through the heavily armed inter-Korean border in July. Private Travis King from Racine illegally entered North Korea after serving in South Korea. He sprinted into the country while on a civilian tour of a border village back in July. He became the first American confirmed to be detained in the North in nearly 5 years. It's not clear when or where North Korea will expel the soldier. Back home in Wisconsin, the Department of Defense says a prescribed burn did not cause the April wildfire near Fort McCoy. Known as the Arcadia Fire, Army officials say it started in or around McCredden's Pass. It's more than 1.5 miles away from the prescribed burn. The cause remains undetermined, though the DoD has ruled out lightning troop training and operations.
Life in prison without eligibility for parole. That is the sentence from a judge ruling in the Taylor Shabusiness case. In court, Shabusiness was wearing a face covering after reports of her spitting on people in jail. The father and the uncle of the victim, Shad Thyron, also gave statements. The uncle said there's no excuse. The father said, I forgive you for what you did and what you did to my son.
After 148 days of negotiations, picket lines, and stalled productions, the Writers Guild of America has officially voted to end the Hollywood writers' strike. It ended just after midnight, meaning 11,000 writers will be eligible to return to work. Talk shows and late night shows will get back to business, but if a show requires acting, that's still on hold as the SAG-AFTRA strike is ongoing.
Tonight, Republican presidential primary candidates are going to meet for the second debate. It's happening in California at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. Frontrunner Donald Trump is skipping out yet again. He's going to be giving a speech to United Auto Workers in Detroit. You can watch the debate on the Fox Business Network starting at 10 o'clock tonight.
A statewide alert is in effect for the missing man up on your screen. He was last seen at the start of the month. 41-year-old Christopher Bellinger hasn't been seen since September 6th. He was in Waukesha at the time, though police say he was also reportedly seen in Kenosha and Manitowoc. Bellinger might be driving a silver Toyota minivan. The Green Bay Police Department encourages anybody to reach out with information if you have it.
A first warn traffic alert here. Some roads are going to be blocked off for Beloit Memorial High School's homecoming parade. It all starts at 1 o'clock Friday. Here's a look at the map that's affected. Maple Ave and Middle Street are going to be closed from 6th to 4th Street. Additionally, intersections along 6th and 4th are going to be closed between Maple and Middle Street. The Henry Avenue Bridge will also be closed for the parade.
President Biden is back at the White House after making history as the first president to visit a picket line. Biden joined United Auto Workers in Michigan as a sign of solidarity while they strike. Biden's likely opponent in next year's presidential election, Donald Trump, is scheduled to address workers in Michigan today.
A New York judge has ruled former President Donald Trump and his sons, along with the Trump Organization, committed extensive and persistent fraud for over a decade. According to the ruling, Trump inflated the value of his assets by billions of dollars. Now the Trump Organization's New York business license is canceled. An attorney for the former president said the decision is fundamentally flawed.
All right, good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, and looking at some more showers that continue to develop off to the east, Fort Atkinson up toward Watertown. But even in the Madison area, we've seen some light showers pop up on our high-resolution radar. These are real light, but kind of nuisance showers for the rush hour, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure your windshield wipers are in operation. Just some sprinkles, though, here, Wanakee, Madison, and down toward Fitchburg. So scattered showers today. It's not going to rain this entire period, but you can count on at least a few hours of rain this afternoon. A lot of this will wind down this evening. We are returning to some sunshine tomorrow, and it looks like the end of the week looks really nice. Temperatures in the 70s, pretty seasonal for this time of the year. Of course, we end September on Saturday, start October on Sunday. Going to feel very warm. Temperatures in the low 80s for both Saturday and Sunday, and we'll continue with that warm weather. Low 80s by Monday and Tuesday of next week.
Not a bad way to start October, huh?
Yeah, you know, October over the last couple of years has been pretty nice. It looks like we're going to repeat that.
Love it. Kelly, thank you.
We'll have another news and weather update in 30 minutes.